guys, so today is January the 1st of 2015. I don't know how we passed 2012, but wow. Short story, my 3rd grade teacher told us about the whole apocalypse type 2012 thing, and I went to a normal public school, so that was strange. So, hi! Hello and welcome to the update. I think I might have mentioned, if you're new, hi, I do anime, manga, and gaming stuff once in a while. But last month I mentioned, because of Christmas, I ordered a lot of stuff for other people, naturally, because it was Christmas, and didn't get that much for myself, so this might be one of the shortest updates. So I'm going to try to stretch it a little bit by showing a few things I normally wouldn't. But otherwise this should be quite short, and I apologize, but I think you guys, some of you don't like when I do the 40-minute thing, and some of you actually enjoy it, and that's awesome either way. So yes! Last month I mentioned this game, but I didn't actually show it, so I'm going to show it this month, and that is Assassin's Creed Unity. Oh, there's my code. You can take that. That's okay. It's not a big deal. But this is I just got the game in one of these cases. There is a Amazon seller where I live, I think, who steals games, I think, because he'll always have brand new games the week they're out, but never the case, and he always has them for a dirt cheap price, so I always buy them from him. Why not? And Assassin's Creed 5, whatever you want to call it, Assassin's Creed Unity, is kind of... It's one of the only Assassin's Creed games that I've picked up and played it once or twice and then stopped playing it, like, immediately. It's kind of a shame, but it's not that all those breaking bugs and stuff I haven't occurred. That hasn't been why I stopped playing it. I just stopped playing it because it's not as interesting as the other ones. It's weird. And it's a shame because I thought the E3 looked amazing, and then when I finally had it, I realized, oh, I don't play online much or at all, so that whole co-op thing is useless to me. The main game story is lacking, but it's still cool. I like the engine. It's just something really isn't keeping my attention with it, so I dropped it. But that's really horrible to say, dropping it after playing it for like an hour, so I'm probably going to have to definitely jump back into it. Which leads me to this game. I'm not sure if I showed it last month. If I did, I apologize, but I don't think I did. And that is Metro Redux on the PS4. This game is really interesting, to say the least. I'm trying to see if I have anything to prop this up. Will that work? Will that work? Will that work? That works. So Metro, if you don't know, was a game, 2 games based off of, ow, I just hit something, 2 books. I think there's 2 books, at least a book, called Metro, I think 2033 and 2034 possibly? I don't know if that's what the sequel was called in book form, but there was books, and those books were turned into games, and they're basically about, there was an apocalyptic type deal that happened, humans were drove I'm having a stroke, drove to be underground, like in the subways and stuff like that, because all the air up top is contaminated. It will kill you, you will die, and there's all these mutant monsters and stuff up there, and it's a bad time, and it takes place in Russia. Now, I never played the originals, so I can't be like, this is a massive upgrade, but from what I've seen of the originals, it's a massive upgrade, and both the games look the same. They use the same engine, the remake engine, so it's not like the graphics change when you go from one story to the other, which, fun fact, they start almost right after each other. There's like a day that's gone by, or a couple days, or something, maybe a month, but like amount of time where a normal game would jump that and not say anything. So yeah, I played the first game on hardcore ranger mode, or whatever, the hardest difficulty, and basically that means you die easier, you have no HUD, you don't know, like, you have no HUD, which in this kind of game is crazy. And it was really, really fun, but the story really doesn't hold me. It was just fun gameplay-wise, but story-wise, it was very confusing at times. But the sequel story, I was really, really enjoying, but then I ran into a massive bug, and I updated, and I also sent this bug report like 10 times to Sony, But in the end, this bug actually corrupted my save, and I lost my save for the second game. And I was hours and hours and hours in, so I dropped it. I might go back, but it won't be for a while. Basically, there's a part of the game where you're fighting, I believe, the Reds, like Russian Reds, like commie Reds. And you're underground, you're going down, you're trying to be sneaky, and they give you, at one point, I'm not sure it's because of the gun I had. I don't know, but I found it was almost like a ball bearing shooter gun. It was kind of cool, but it was silent. And I would be up top on the scaffolding where there's stairs, not stairs, a ladder you can go down, and down the ladder there's two dudes talking, and you could like, you're trying to sneak, but you can't take them all out, but it's not recommended because the game's hard. But I was up top with this silent gun, shooting everyone down, but they would always find me, and every time I started the fight up there, it would crash. So I sent the bug report, and I started the fight in another location, it would crash. So every time the fight was like initiated, instead of me just sneaking, it was just an actual fight, the game would crash. And I kept on sending bug reports to them to be like, hey, look at this, I updated the game and everything, naturally, hence why I could send bug reports. And it corrupted my save. And I was like, well, dropped. It's a shame, I was really enjoying the second game. But if you like survival type shooters, I don't know what kind of other games I can explain. There's a game called Stalker on the PC where it's kind of similar. Actually, it's very similar, really. But it's just a survival shooter. I wouldn't call it horror by any means, but some people might go down that route. But this game, 2 games in 1, you can get it for about $25. That's a great deal. It usually goes for 40, but I've seen it go for about 20 something. That's I think how I got it for about 35 because I didn't wait and I wanted to play it. But if you can find it for in the 20s, pick it up because it's definitely worth your time, and it's 2 games, you know, and they're not really short by any means, so it's great. So we're almost done with games. As I said, there's like nothing here. That's why I'm trying to kind of pull this out a little bit, and I'm gonna do both these games at once. Because one I only have a couple words about, and the other one I'll talk a little bit about, and that is, I'm starting to lose my voice for some reason. Valhalla Nights 3 and The Walking Dead Season 1 with bonus 400 days. Let me just take a drink of something. My throat, I don't know, it's weird. Great, I'm running out of tea. But these 2 games, real quick, Valhalla Nights. Oh, I didn't really place those greatly. Oh well. Valhalla Nights is an RPG, a very fan servicey RPG on the Vita, and I was kind of interested in it because I saw some stuff on it, but I saw some reviews, and the reviews aren't that great. But I picked it up anyways for about $14, I think, and I only played it about once. It's not that great. I see why the reviews were pretty down, but like, it is part of a series. If you like the series, you probably like the games, but it is very fan servicey. It's a JRPG, but it's a JRPG kind of like not Monster Hunter per se, but like Final Fantasy 12? The one on PS2, that was 12, right? But 12, it's just not my cup of tea. But The Walking Dead, I have never played a Telltale's game until this game here, and holy crap! I don't know what I was missing out on, but this game is freaking great. I'm hyped to play the second one. I know it's been out for a while. I'm gonna wait until there's a good deal on it. And then that Game of Thrones one, if the Game of Thrones one is thrown on Vita too, I'm definitely gonna buy it. Real quick, you might be wondering, why do I buy Vita games? Like, even games I know that are on PS4, why are you buying them on Vita? Let me just quickly say, the reason why is I have a Vita TV. A Vita TV, they're about $100. You can get them cheaper, about 70 something. They keep going up and down in price, but $100 is the most you'll spend on it. And it is a Vita without the screen, without the buttons and stuff, just a little card slot and an HDMI port. And you put it to your TV and you play Vita games on the TV. That might sound amazing, but not all games are compatible. You should check the compatibility list before you buy anything. But my reason is, if I can buy a game that I can play portably on the go, and then I can get home or whatever, and put it on my TV and keep playing it. It's just more compatibility, and it's just, I like that. That's why I've been buying a lot of Vita games that are compatible. This game's compatible. It's not 100% compatible. It's kind of weird. The menus you need to go through with the touch mechanism, which you're probably thinking, how do you do touch mechanism? Well, if you have the PS4, you use the touchpad. If you have a PS3 controller, you have to, I think you have to hit in the analogs, and then you can use the analog sticks as a touchpad. But this game, if you don't know The Walking Dead, it's a comic book that was turned to a show, that was turned to a game, and basically there's zombies. This, it's about you, Lee, who is the black guy in the cover, and trying to protect Clementine, which is a little girl who, I'm not sure if she's Asian. The character designs are really different. They're cell shaded, but they just, some characters look strange. Not in a bad way. Kind of like in Team Fortress kind of sense of strange, how it's different character design, that's all. But the game itself is pretty great. It has 5 chapters plus the bonus chapter, and I have 100% trophies on this because the great thing about this game is all the trophies you basically get in one sitting. Actually, all of them if you just play The Walking Dead. 400 Days, which is the little DLC that comes with this game, which is on it's on card, right? So it's not downloadable. There's two, I think there's two or three trophies where you have to do something a certain way, which for the most part they're easy, except for one, which is win a game of rock paper scissors, which sounds easy, but it took me like 20 playthroughs to do it. It's ridiculous. But the game itself is great. You can get all the trophies really in 1 or 2 sittings. Yeah, well, not sittings, but you know, one playthrough basically. But the game is great. I can't say much than that. Then like the story, I don't want to spoil the story because it is imagine a visual novel except not pictures. That's really it. Except like your choices really do matter. Yeah, it's just really, really cool. That's the end of the games. There's really only 2 more items. And that is this, which the only reason I bought this was to fill up an order. I haven't read it yet, but it was made to fill up an order for Christmas, right? And I've been wanting this for a while, or these, I should say, not knowing how big it is. This thing is huge. And that is Dragon Ball Z full color. Holy crap. This thing, for one, it looks great, right? Like, it looks really, really cool. And I don't know if one volume is one manga. I don't know why it took me so long to say that. I haven't done any research on it. But this is, in Canada, this costs about $16 to Amazon order. Retail, I think Canadian is how much? $22.99, so $23. It's really expensive, but it's really heavy. It's full color, right? It looks great. Yeah, if you're planning on reading Dragon Ball Z, and you've never read it before, you have 2 routes to go down if you're buying, like a good person. And that is a Dragon Ball Colors, which I don't know why it doesn't say Dragon Ball Z, it just says Dragon Ball. It starts at the Saiyan arc, which is Dragon Ball Z. I don't know why they don't write that. But, well, I guess it's all, is it all Dragon Ball in Japan? No, it is Dragon Ball Z. I'm talking to myself now, like normal. But there's 2 options. You have these here, which will cost you a lot, but you get huge art and color and looks great. Still soft cover, oh well. Or the Vizbigs, which are printed on the same kind of quality paper, like it's much higher quality than American and Canadian manga. And it's black ink that looks like black is black, like not like light gray, if you know what I mean. Looks great. I think it's 3 volumes a pop, and it's the same price. So if you want to sacrifice color for more volumes, go for it. That's the best way of doing it. Don't buy the, this is where it gets confusing. Don't buy the Viz 3-in-1s. They look just like the Vizbigs when you're looking at an Amazon order, really. But in real life, they're basically the Japanese manga pages, which are see-through, compiled in a really, really shitty paper, really shitty glue and everything. They're not recommended at all. I kind of think one of mine had pages coming out. That could be a lie, now that I think about it. But I read the bleaches that way because I'm not going to buy expensive bleach, because I'm not a huge fan of bleach, but the manga I'm a fan of. So what I'm saying is, this is great, but there is an alternative. But it looks great. I gotta read it soon. There's so much stuff I need to do, read, play. I should do this more often, buying less, but that sounds horrible for you guys, but it helps me catch up on things. Now, there's really only, technically there's 4 things, well, there's technically 3 things I want to show, but only really technically 2. Actually only technically 1, but I'm going to technically show you 2, but there's technically 4. And that is, I got a CD. Now, I go into certain websites, I don't know why, I know you can't see that, but my computer just moved on its own. Why is it doing that? Oh, it's because of my keyboard. I know. If you don't see what I see, I sound insane. More. So there's a joke online at one point. I'm not even sure if it's a joke. I think it's really serious, which is confusing. But it was about a certain Japanese singer named Maya. If any of you know what I'm talking about now, you're going to be like, what? Maya is from a band called LMC. He and his band all look like Japanese girls, to the point of where it can be deceiving. But they're in a band where it's J-pop mixed with like rock metal-ish type stuff. It's not bad. So as a slight joke to myself and anyone who comes into my room and sees it and they know what it is, like a bunch of my friends might, it's funny for them too. And that is Chemical Impact. It's so shiny. This is their double CD. I got it because it said there was 2 CDs. It comes with a booklet here, which comes with some pictures of them and art and stuff. And a lot of advertisings. But I don't know why they dress up as girls. They just do. But the music is interesting, to be honest. But this was cheap. This was, I think, under 15 bucks. And, I'm trying to not throw it everywhere. Here's the CD, and it's in really good condition. The box is a little scuffed up, but the CD itself looks really good. I think that's still shiny. So CD 1 comes with 15 songs on it, and let's just flip her over. And CD 2 comes with... Oh! CD 2 is a... See, I didn't notice it, because when you order this kind of thing from weird sites, you don't know what you're really getting. I think this is a DVD. Or at least a CD that has videos on it. Music clip, making of TV spots. So yeah, so CD 1, Chemical Impact, is the actual CD with 15 songs, and CD 2 is a DVD. Interesting still, it tells you how much I paid attention to this. I just got this. So I haven't even listened to it yet. I'm just looking at the names here. Yeah, all the names are in English, which is weird, but it's a Japanese CD. Just interesting. I don't have many import CDs, so every time I get one, it's fascinating. I think that would be true to most people, really. But that is basically the update. I know there wasn't much. I really stretched this out, but there's one more thing I want to show you guys. If you don't know, my last update, I believe I showed you guys that I got these toys called Amiibos. I follow a subreddit, which is, you're like, oh my god, he's a Reddit user. Only for this one subreddit, because they, and some of you love Reddit, but some people hate Reddit. I understand, but I only use it for the subreddit. It's a great subreddit. Everyone's friendly as shit. But I've been collecting the Amiibos from day one. I got all the original Amiibos. A lot of them people are freaking out trying to find still. But I pre-ordered. I knew I wanted these from day one, so I pre-ordered all of them because I knew I wanted them, right? And this is, now you gotta know, I'm in Canada, so the official release date was technically the 30th or 31st, I believe. So, and because of New Year's and stuff, I won't be getting Captain Falcon, Pit, and Luigi until about the 9th, roughly. Which sucks, I know, but I have them down. They're coming. The shipment is coming. But, I have Release Wave 2 Part A, which, I'm going to get them right here, which contains Little Mac, Diddy Kong, shoot, and Princess Zelda. Now, these figures are great, but anyone who is a collector of amiibos, I think right now, might be slightly confused how I have these. A lot of people keep them in boxes, but I don't like to keep them in boxes because I buy things to play with them. Or, you know what I mean, I buy them to use them type deal. But, you might be thinking, what is this? Some people might already know, these are actually Disney Infinity cases. I'm not a fan of Disney Infinity. It seems like an interesting concept, just like the amiibos, except I like Nintendo games, right? I always have, so I like these characters. And I like Smash Bros, right? So it works out for me. But if you know anything about Disney Infinity, and even these cases, you'll know that these cases do not fit anything but Disney Infinity. It's a crude job, to be honest, but it works greatly. Let me just take this out. Basically what have been done here is, I think it's 4 layers of thick felt. At one point I had to use some thin felt, which got a little sketchy, but it's 4 layers of felt. The bottom one is the same size as the hole that's in the middle, and then technically there's 4 more, but in those, there's 3 more, and after those 3, they're all cut the same size as the bottom here, which then makes the base fit. They're not like, now if you shake it, of course it's going to come out, right? But it's a decent fit, right? And it's great, and it looks great. I have the felt there, and you might be wondering, yes, it still scans on the game from like a distance. It still works great, but the reason why these cases are really cool, and some might say this is stupid, I know, I like it, is that you can take multiple ones, if it would let me. Oh, Diddy looks like he's coming out of his base, but you can then do that. It's great. And then, if you want to, I don't think you can do this. If I can, this would be cool. I've never tried this before. And then you can like put them in like hexagons. It's amazing. Oh god, that actually fit well a lot better than I thought. So these cases are really cool, mostly when you modify them like I did. I used hot glue and felt. It's not the greatest job I've ever done. If you look really closely, it's pretty bad. But these figures are great, and I want to put them in a box that looks great, and if you're transporting them, this is also a really cool thing to do, is what I'm trying to say. I like it. Amiibos are super awesome. I can't wait for Falcon and Luigi and Pit. They should come in about a week or two. And I can't wait for Shulk and the rest of the next order. I think I have my Shulk down. If you guys know anything, Shulk is going to be super hard to get. I love Shulk. He's really feeling it. So, yeah, thank you for watching. This is the update. I know it wasn't that great. I know this is probably really bad, and I tried to stretch it a bit out. Just what she said. Ooh. So thank you for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. If you got anything cool for Christmas, please tell me. I got a lot of Breaking Bad shirts. And Guardians of the Galaxy, because I really want a Guardians of the Galaxy. And, yeah. Have a good 2015. I don't know how we're going. This is crazy. Thank you for watching.